trick-or-treating with you because I have to teach an English class.
Mom, who are you supposed to be?
Princess Leia from Star Wars.
Are you sure? You look like a monkey.
What? No, I don't. I look like Princess Leia. What do you think these are?
Monkey ears?
No, I'm Princess Leia. She had an important job in Star Wars. She was leader of the rebellion, and she worked hard
she was
to
queen.
fix the Millennium Falcon
Actually,
ship.
she was queen.
No, her name is Princess Leia. She was a princess.
There's so many candy.
Just what? Anyway, she had an important job in Star Wars, and today we're going to learn about some jobs around our community. So stay tuned.
Say floon. What that means.
What? And now let's start off with our motto for this season. This verse that we are using as our focus to help us remember to pray to God and ask Him for our needs in any given situation, no matter what changes in the next few weeks, no matter what doesn't. God is still God, and He is still in control. So we want to remember to keep these 4 words in mind. Say them with me. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. And the reason we don't have to worry is because we have a God who is powerful and who can help us and hear our prayers. So Philippians 4:6, this first verse, I'm going to read through it. Just read along with me. Don't worry about anything, no matter what happens. Tell God about everything. Ask and pray and give thanks to Him. So we got that down. We've been doing that for several weeks now. So hopefully that was not too hard for you. Last week we started to learn Philippians 4:7. So let's go over that one more time right now. Then God's peace will watch over your hearts and your minds. Then God's peace will watch over your hearts and your minds. So that verse explains why it is important to tell God everything, why it is important to ask and pray and give thanks to Him, because He has a peace that passes all understanding, a peace that you cannot find from the world, and a peace that you cannot even find from within yourself. It's a peace that can only come from God. Okay, now it is time to go over last week's homework. As you can see, there was 2 pages. If you have not done this page, press pause, finish the worksheet, and then press play again. But for those of you who have done it, then let's get started in finding those answers. Okay, so for our homework, page 1, we have 3 columns right here. We have the picture, the first column, the word, or the name of the unit of money, and then how much it is worth, the cents or the dollars, in the third column. Okay, so in our first example, we have this coin right here. This is a little difficult. That's probably why they did it for you. There, see if the camera can focus. This is the nickel they are talking about. And this is how you spell nickel. And it is worth 5 cents. If you remember from last week, there's also another image on the nickel. They updated it, but this is the old nickel, and this is the new nickel. Both of them are the same guy, Thomas Jefferson. Oops. All right, so nickel. What about this one? Who is pictured here? George Washington. Oops, sorry. I hit the camera. This guy. See the resemblance? So what do we call this coin? I hope you said a quarter. Right here. Quarter. And how much is a quarter worth? 25 cents. 25 cents. All right, what about this next guy? Right here. Our only brown coin, the penny. Right? The penny. So right up here. Sorry, my marker's going out. Penny. And how much is a penny worth? 1 cent. Penny. 1 cent. All right, this guy you will not see in circulation much. He is our biggest coin. He's silver. I'm just going to go ahead. I do not have one, so I'm just going to show you. It is the $50. And being half of a dollar, it is worth 50 cents all the way up here. If you did not get that one, that's fine. You will very rarely see a $50 in the store for change or anything like that. So I don't worry about teaching that one. You're never going to see it. This guy, we can tell what this one is. A dollar bill. A $1 bill. And that is worth $1. Again, here's the cent sign, a little C with a line through it. And here is the dollar sign, a big S with a line through it. Okay, this coin, the only coin we did not go over yet, and it happens to be our smallest coin, but it is not our smallest value. Do you remember what this was called? Yes. A dime. Dime. And how much is a dime worth? All the way down at the bottom, 10 cents. Let's see if I can get this in one shot, huh? Yay! 10 cents. Dime. Okay, and the last guy is a bill. What number is on it? A 5. So hopefully that was easy for you to identify a $5 bill. And how do we write $5? The dollar sign, 5.00. Okay, hopefully that match game was not too difficult for you. Let's go to the next page. We have a 10 plus a 1, so $11 total. And then the coins is just 1 quarter, so $11.25. And there we go, all matched up. Number 2, we have a $5 bill. So we put the dot after the amount of bills, amount of paper money. Then we have 2 dimes. 10 plus 10 is 20 cents, plus a nickel. That's 5 cents. So $5.25. Where do we see that? All the way down here. Boom. Number 3, we have a 20 and a $1 bill. So we have $21. Add the dot. How many cents do we have? It looks like 2 quarters to me. So that is 50 cents. $21.50 is right next door. There we go. Number 4, we have a 50 and a $5 bill. $55, dot. And then it looks like we only just have one penny here. So we say 0, 1, 0, 1. Right up top, $55.01. And then number 5 is a $5 bill. And how many coins do we have? We have the large coin that we never talk about except in homework. 50 cents, the $50, then a quarter, 25 cents. So together they make 75 cents. Then we have a dime. That's 85 cents. And then a penny. So that's 86 cents. Oops, sorry, I keep moving everything around. 5.86. Okay. Now I know this section here can be hard. In the past, it has been hard for many of my students, but we'll go through it slowly and hopefully it will not be too difficult for you to understand. Number 1 is done for us. 50 cents with the cent sign, 50 cents with the dollar sign, and then $50. Those all are the same thing. Same thing. So the one that doesn't belong is 15 cents, like a dime and a nickel. That is not the same as the other 3. So we circle that one. Number 2, 25 cents, $0.25, which is another way to say 25 cents. So these two things are the same. A quarter. Is a quarter 25 cents? Yep, so a quarter is the same. And then here we have $25. So we circle this one because it is different than the other 3. If you see, both of them have the dollar sign, but this one says 0.25 because it is $0.25. They could have also written it with the cent sign if they wanted to, but they didn't. Number 3, dime. Oh, so we know what that is, right? We got this baby. Dime. 10 cents. Are they the same? Yes, so let's check them. They're the same. Then we have $10. That's not the same, so let's circle that. Just to make sure, let's make sure this is 10 cents. It says 0.10, so yes, it is 10 cents. So the third option was the one that doesn't belong. Number 4, 1 cent, nickel. Well, a nickel is worth 5 cents, not 1. So these are not the same. So we're not going to check anything. Let's check the third one, or let's look at the third one. 1 cent. Well, that is here, right? So these two match. And then over here, 0.01 is also a way to write 1 cent. $0.01. So the one that does not belong is the nickel. The other 3 refer to the penny. Number 5, you have 0.05, so 5 cents. And then 50 cents. These do not match, so we're not going to check anything. Then nickel. Well, a nickel is 5 cents, right? It is not 50 cents. So we're going to check these two. These match. And then 5 cents written in words. That does match the nickel and the 5 cents over here. So 50 cents or 2 quarters is the one that is different than the other 3. Number 6, you have $1. Then $1 in words written out, so those two match. So let's check them. Then you have 4 quarters. 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25. 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25 does equal $1. So that is actually $1 as well. Then over here it's 0.10, which means $0.10. So this is the odd man out. This one is a dime, not a quarter, not $1. Number 7, we have $20, then $20 in words. So those two things do match. Then two $10 bills. 10 plus 10 does in fact equal 20. So another match. Then over here you have 0.20, $0.20. So this one does not equal the others. I hope that this was okay for you, that you did not get discouraged. If you did, though, that's why I'm here. I will definitely help you. Just give me a text or a call, and I would be happy to go over this more with you. Okay, now on to today's lesson. We are going to study jobs, or another word for jobs is occupations. Jobs or occupations. Now, if you turn to page 170 in your purple book, the Foundations book, or to page 158 in the red book, your Step Forward Intro book, then you might be shocked at how many words they expect you to learn in one lesson. It is over 60 words. Between the names of the jobs, of the occupations, plus the places they want you to learn, plus the verbs, the actions that a person in this job will do. It is well over 60 words, and that is crazy for one lesson. Even if we were in person in class, I would not expect you to learn 60 words. So that is something that I normally would spread out into 2 lessons, and then the remaining 20 or so words I would just weave into other lessons. But yeah, this is definitely a big task today. So I thought about different ways to divide it, to focus on the major jobs that are going to be in your homework or in the activities in the books. So hopefully we can pare this down to a manageable amount of words for you to learn today. But don't be overwhelmed, especially with Foundations. Foundations has 34 words, just 34 jobs that they list. Not to count the actions that they describe and they want you to learn, or the places they want you to learn. So don't be overwhelmed. We're going to go through this step by step, and we're going to whittle it down to a manageable portion. So hopefully by now you have reached one of those pages in the book, and we can dive in. Okay, take out your red book first and repeat after me. The red book has only 9 jobs, so that is why I'm doing this book. Ready? Number 1, gardener. See plants, the lawn clippers, the lawn itself, the grass. Gardener. 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 Number 2, painter. See her paintbrush. She's changing this door from beige or yellow to white. Painter. 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 Number 3, housekeeper. Housekeeper. So you see the bed, the towels. She's cleaning up the room. Housekeeper. House. Hopefully you recognize that part of the word, house. And then keeper. Keeper. Housekeeper. This could also be known as a cleaner. Number 4, cashier. You see these at the grocery store. Here's lots of cereal. Also at retail stores like Target or Walmart or Bed Bath & Beyond. Cashier. They check you out with your stuff and you pay them for your things. Cashier. 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 Number 5, hairdresser. Hairdresser. So right here, she's got the scissors. She cuts hair. A hairdresser can also give you a perm or color your hair, dye your hair. They can do all kinds of things to your hair, not just cut. Hairdresser. 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 Number 6, mechanic. Mechanic. A mechanic works with cars. Here's his toolbox in the back. He is fixing this car's engine, it looks like. Mechanic. 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 Now, if you notice, there is a CH in the middle of this word, but it is not pronounced mechanic. It looks like it might be pronounced mechanic, but it's not. It's mechanic. Like the CH is pronounced like a K. Mechanic. All right, number 7, truck driver. Here's a big old 18-wheeler. He is driving on the highways from city to city. Truck driver. TRUCKDRIVER. Truck driver. Truck driver. There are many different types of drivers that need a special license. It's not the one that you and I can get at the DMV for any car. It's a special license. Bus drivers have to go through special training. Taxi drivers, I don't think they need special training because they have regular cars, but they do need a special license. And then truck drivers. 8, secretary. Secretary. She types on the computer. You can see she's on the phone, talking to people on the phone. She is usually the first point of contact in the office. She might be at a desk at the beginning of the office, like when you first open the door and go into a business. Or she may be outside her boss's office, making appointments for him. You see the fax machine right here, or the printer. She schedules meetings. She types up letters. There's a lot that a secretary does. SECRETARY. 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 Also, another word for this job is admin or administrative assistant, or sometimes just assistant, or sometimes receptionist. So all of those words mean secretary. And the last one, salesperson. Salesperson. He works at the clothing store and he wants this lady to buy this suit, this jacket. salesperson. Salesperson. If it is a man, you can say salesman. If it is a woman, you say saleswoman. Or if you just want to say the general word, man or woman, salesperson. Okay, so those are the 9 occupations or jobs that Step Forward has. If you take out your foundations book and turn to page 170 with me, you see there are 34 occupations or jobs that they have listed. So I am not going to go over the foundations book. I'm not going to go over all of them. That's way too many to learn in one lesson. So what I'm going to do is go over the ones you will need to know for your homework or for the activities in our book. All right? So we did the Step Forward book. The foundations book, I want you to look at page 170 and go over on your own. I am not going to review 34 more words. I am going to focus on these words that you will see in your homework and that you will see in our activities from the book. This is in Foundations on page 174 and 175. So turn there in your Foundations book and follow along with me in the book, because this is a little blurry on the computer. You might not be able to see it, it is small. So if you have the book, definitely turn to page 174 and follow along with me as I read off these occupations. As you can see here, there are 9 jobs listed, and there are the words, and above them are the actions that person does at their job. So this person is a painter. He paints at work. He paints for his job. So person A is my husband, Andrew. He will say the first sentence. We will give you time to repeat that sentence. Then I will say the response. And then you will repeat what I said. Okay? Ready? Let's do the example together. Person A.
Can you drive a bus?
Person B. Yes, I can. I'm an experienced bus driver. Okay, I hope you are repeating after us. Let's go to number 1.
Can you paint?
Yes, I can. I'm an experienced painter.
Number 2. Can you teach?
Yes, I can. I'm an experienced teacher.
Number 3, can you bake?
Yes, I can. I'm an experienced baker.
Number 4, can you type?
Yes, I can. I'm an experienced secretary. Another word for secretary is receptionist or assistant or admin or administrative assistant. Those are all descriptions of the job of secretary.
Number 5, can you drive a taxi?
Yes, I can. I'm an experienced taxi driver.
Number 6, can you drive a truck?
Yes, I can. I'm an experienced truck driver.
Number 7, can you fix sinks?
Yes, I can. I'm an experienced plumber. So a plumber fixes sinks, but they also fix toilets and other things in your bathroom like your shower or your bathtub, anything with pipes.
Number 8, can you fix cars?
Yes, I can. I'm an experienced mechanic.
Number 9, can you repair buildings?
Yes, I can. I'm an experienced carpenter. So a carpenter works with wood. So they can repair buildings, or you might call them a construction worker. They can build houses. They do a lot of woodworking projects like mailboxes or fences around your house. Those are all things that a carpenter does. So let's go over the professions, the occupations right here one more time. Painter, Painter. Painter. Teacher, Teacher. Baker, Baker. Secretary, Secretary. Secretary. Taxi driver, Taxidriver. Truck driver, Truckdriver. Plumber, Plumber. Plumber. Notice that we do not pronounce the B. It's a silent B. Plumber. Mechanic, Mechanic. Mechanic. Carpenter, Carpenter. Carpenter. And then over here we have bus driver, Busdriver. Okay, good job. Now let's match the job with the actions that the person does while working. There are many actions that you do if you're a bus driver, if you're a painter, a plumber, a secretary, a mechanic, or a carpenter. There are many actions in each of those jobs, but we're going to focus on just the main one, the main role. I'm going to change this a bit, just a second. There you go. Now you can see the numbers. Okay. Ready? Number 1 is done for us. Repeat after me. I'm a bus driver. I can drive a bus. So that's self-explanatory. Number 2, repeat after me. I'm a painter. So which action would a painter do at his job? I can paint. Number 3, I'm a plumber. So, what does a plumber do at work? One of the things he does is, I can fix sinks. So if you are following along on page 174, make the lines with us in your book. Number 3, I'm a secretary. Or you could say, I'm an admin. I'm a receptionist. What is the main job? It is to use computers or to type. I can type on the computer. Number 5, I'm a mechanic. I can fix cars. Number 6, I'm a carpenter. And one of the things that I can do, I can repair buildings. Okay, that was the Foundations book. Let's see what the Step Forward book has to say. This is on page 160 in your red book, the Step Forward book. So we will go over this, and this is more writing than repeating after me. I'm going to point to a picture. If you can follow along in your book if you have the book, but if not, you can follow my finger. And we will go over what these mean. All right, is everyone on page 160? Okay, listen and repeat these words. Number 1, we have a hairdresser here. A hairdresser cuts hair. Cut hair. So snip, snip, snip with the scissors. Number 2 is a mechanic. And it looks like he is fixing a car. Fix cars. Fix cars. Number 3, another driver. Drive a truck. Drive a truck. It's a delivery truck like Amazon or UPS, or even a mail truck is a delivery truck. But Drive a truck. Describes what they are doing. Number 4, paint houses. Paint houses. This is a painter who paints houses. Number 5, clean. Clean. This is a janitor. He is cleaning the floors with a broom, it looks like. Number 6, sell clothes. Sell clothes. This is a salesperson. They have a yellow shirt, and he is trying to talk this man into buying the yellow shirt. Number 7, take care of plants. They're in the dirt. They've got, I don't know if you can see it here. Let me see if I can bring it to you. They have flowers they're putting in the dirt. They have a watering can and a spade. That is a gardener. So take care of plants. Number 8, use a computer. Use a computer. So that is probably a secretary or an administrative assistant, an admin. Okay, so let's fill in the blanks here. In part C, we look at these pictures and we fill in the blanks for what each job or each person in the job is doing. So we have number 1, repeat after me, a hairdresser, blank hair. Which of these words do we use? Cuts. A hairdresser cuts hair. And as you can see up here, it just says C-U-T, cut. And down here it says C-U-T-S. And I hope you remember why we add the S to that verb or to that action. A hairdresser is a he or a she. So he or she gets an S on the end of the verb. If I was a hairdresser, I would say, I cut hair without the S. But as you know, he or she gets an S on the end. A hairdresser cuts hair. Two, a painter, hopefully this one's not too difficult. A painter paints. Different version of the same word. Painter is the noun, is the person. Paints is the action or the verb. A painter paints. Right up here is our painter. And he paints a house. But a painter can also be an artist, like Picasso or Dali or Monet. Number 3, a truck driver blanks a truck. Once again, it's the same word repeated in different forms. A truck driver drives a truck. Number 3. 4, a gardener blanks plants. Which one is it? That's a big one, so I put it underneath. A gardener takes care of plants. Takes care of. We have used this phrase before, but mainly when we refer to our children. a parent or a mom or a dad takes care of their children. Number 5, a salesperson blanks clothes. Sells. Notice the different pronunciation. A salesperson, a salesperson sells clothes. So you can hear the A sound in sales, and then the short E sound in sells. A salesperson sells clothes. Number 6, a secretary blanks a computer. We don't have many more words left. Uses. A secretary uses a computer. And again, another word for secretary could be receptionist or admin or administrative assistant. Number 7, a mechanic blank cars. Where's our mechanic? Right here, number 2. Fixes. A mechanic fixes cars. And here we add the ES on the end because the original word, fix, ends in an X. So when the word ends in an X, we don't just add an S, we add an ES to make it 2 syllables. Fixes. Number 8, a janitor blank floors. Where's that janitor? Right here. A janitor cleans floors. Knowing the answer to that question can help you find a job. Knowing what you can do and what you are good at doing will help you find a good job that you can keep. So here we have a list of want ads. Help wanted. These people or these companies are looking for employees. They need workers to do these 5 things. One company needs a truck driver, the Express Package Company. One restaurant, a new restaurant in the city center, needs a cook. The Lopez Insurance Company needs a secretary. The A1 Building Services needs a custodian. And this one even says full-time and part-time. Full-time means 40 hours a week, usually, and part-time means less than that. Sometimes it can be 10 hours a week. Sometimes they just want you to work on weekends. Sometimes it can be 20 hours a week. It just depends on the job needs. And then Sal's service station needs a mechanic. So a service station is another word for auto repair shop. All right, so what numbers should these people call? Let's go number by number. 1, Ricky can clean offices. Ricky can clean offices. So what should he do? Which job would he be best at? Truck driver, cook, secretary, custodian, or mechanic? if his main skill is cleaning offices, then he should call the number for A1 Building Services, who needs a custodian. Custodians or janitors clean offices. Number 2, Marta can cook very well. Marta can cook very well. Well, that one should be easy. If she can cook well, then she should apply to that restaurant. And their number, it says to call Dan at 974-3500. So she needs to call Dan so she can work at that restaurant as a cook. 3, Alfonso can drive a truck. Well, number 1 up here is truck driver. So he should call 684-2222, the Express Package Company. Number 4, Brenda can fix cars. She needs to apply to Sal's service station and call 684-9733 so she can be a mechanic. Number 5, Stella can type. Well, if Stella can type, she can use a computer, then she needs to apply to be a secretary. She needs to call 663-2777, the Lopez Insurance Company, because they need her skills. Okay, we have talked about what they can do at their jobs. Let's talk about can't. Sometimes you do not have the skills to get that job. Or if you get the job, then it is very hard because you don't have the skills needed. You have to learn on the job. So, here is some ways to explain what you can, when you can do something and when you can't do something. Can't, as you know, is another contraction. You can tell because of the apostrophe before the T. So whenever you see apostrophe T, you know that stands for not. It's a negative. And in this contraction, it's cannot. So yes, I can, or no, I can't. All right, listen and repeat after me. He can type. You see his fingers there on the keyboard. Yes, he can type. Number 2, she can fix computers. She can fix computers. Number 3, he can't cook. He can't cook. You see there, he tried, but everything is burnt on the pan. So he's not a good cook. He needs a little more practice. Number 4, oh, there's a baby in the driver's seat of a car. She can't drive. She can't drive. She's too young. She's a baby. So that is the difference between can and can't. And you recognize all these words here, I know. So it's really simple. Whatever action you're describing over here, you simply say can or can't when describing your abilities. So I am not a good hairdresser at all. Not with my children, not with myself. So for me, I would say I can't cut hair. I can't cut hair. Now, you do not want me to cut your hair unless you don't mind looking like a crazy person. But I'm really good at using the computer. I have been a secretary or an admin at many different places, especially when I was in college, and I did a pretty good job. So I would say I can use a computer. I can use a computer. I'm good at that. And then the last one, cash register, is what you see in stores when you go to pay for your clothes or your groceries, your food, or any other items for your house. So if you are a customer, they don't want you using the cash register yourself. They want someone to check you out. So I would say, I can't use a cash register. I can't use a cash register if I'm a customer. But I have worked in retail stores and at grocery stores before, so I actually can. I do know how. So if I was working there, if I was a salesperson, I would say I can use a cash register. I can use a cash register. Okay? What are some things that you can do? Can you type? Can you fix computers? Can you cook? Can you drive? Let's talk about that question next. Okay, turn with me to page 178 in the Foundations book. 178, it should look like this, but since this is so small, I'm going to zoom in on it for you before we start our conversation. But you should turn to 178 if you can. Okay, now that you're at 178, we can zoom in on the actual conversation that we will practice. Now, sometimes when you try to find a job, you go in, you meet the manager or the boss, and they ask if you can do something you don't know how to do. So it could be you might apply for a position as a plumber, but you don't know how to fix sinks, or you don't know how to fix a toilet. So the best response is honesty. Be truthful. Say, no, I can't do that, but I'm sure I can learn quickly. Being a quick learner is a very important skill, even if you don't know how to do everything in the job listing. So that is always a good phrase to learn when you are applying or interviewing for a job. So we're going to practice that phrase today. Here are 6 skills: cook, sell clothing, cut hair, repair watches, operate equipment, or use a cash register. And we're going to pretend that you do not know how to do these things. What should you say if a boss asks you in an interview if you can do something like this? All right, so person A will read,
Can you assemble components?
then you repeat after him. Then person B will say, no, I can't, but I'm sure I can learn quickly. But I'm sure I can learn quickly. Okay, let's go. That was the first example given to us up top. So let's go through the 6 they have here. Number 1.
Can you cook?
No, I can't, but I'm sure I can learn quickly.
Number 2. Can you sell clothing?
No, I can't, but I'm sure I can learn quickly.
Number 3. Can you cut hair?
No, I can't, but I'm sure I can learn quickly.
Number 4. Can you repair watches?
No, I can't, but I'm sure I can learn quickly.
Number 5. Can you operate equipment?
No, I can't, but I am sure I can learn quickly.
Number 6. Can you use a cash register?
No, I can't, but I'm sure I can learn quickly. Okay, so that is a good phrase to remember when you are interviewing for a job. Even if you cannot do everything that they list in the job description, you can be confident. You can say, I am a quick learner. And that goes a long way to getting a job. Okay, homework time. This time you only have 1 page to do. And it is not that difficult. It is matching. Use your book, especially your foundations book. It says right here, page 174 through 175, if you don't remember what each job does. But other than that, it is self-explanatory. A carpenter repairs buildings. Just draw a line. I'm not sure if you can see that line. It's pretty faint. But you draw a line from the job to the action, to what they do while performing that job. And then part B is listening, so you will have to wait for next week to finish that part. Don't worry about part B, just do numbers 1 through 10, and we will review the second part, or we will do the second part together next week. Okay? Okay, now is the last part of our lesson, the text tournament. Text me with your phone to answer this question, so you will be entered into a prize for next week. What is your job? What do you do? So tell me more about yourself. The answers that I'm looking for will be like this. I would say, I am a teacher. I teach English. So tell me, what is your job? I am a teacher. What do you do? I teach English. Okay? I can't wait to see what all of my students do. I hope you enjoyed learning about all the different jobs today. Remember to take a look at your foundations book and go over the 30 or so jobs that we did not discuss today, just to remind yourself. Hopefully I will see you soon, and hopefully this week I will hear from you about what your job is and what you do there. All right, have a happy Halloween, and I'll see you next week. Bye.